going on, everybody? Welcome back to the MPP, the Noah and Patrick podcast, and this is episode number 78. Hopefully, everyone is having a great week, and yeah, been a crazy week with the NBA playoffs, which we'll get to. Um, Games going a lot longer than I think both of us thought they were going to, and maybe
Yeah.
the whole world as well, or NBA community. Um. But first, Noah, usually we save it to the last thing of the episode, but I'm putting it towards the front. It is Kentucky Derby week. That's always fun, right? Get to pick your horse.
Let's do
Hopefully,
it.
you did your research. I know you did it,
When
but
haven't I done
yeah,
my research?
just going on the fly here. But
I looked at the Google Doc today,
yeah.
right before we started, and I saw there was Kentucky Derby, so
Oh yeah.
did not have time to do research.
So we had a one horse already drop out. He was gate 20, but they added Corona de Oro. Or no,
Mm.
they added Great White, maybe? One of these four. I think it's Great White that they added. A gray horse. Perfect name for a gray
It's a
horse.
great name. It's a
Yeah.
great name.
Yeah. So here it is. They're ranked by post gate number that they're starting in. Renegade was the betting favorite coming into the week. He's been pretty dominant, but he did get post number one, which hasn't won since 1961. So
Mm.
a little tough start.
So
Um,
he's due.
he's either due or it's going to be really bad
Post number
because
one is due.
because when you get to the corner, you're gonna get trapped.
Yeah.
So not a good starting position, but and they also say that Renegade is not quick off the line. He's more like stay with the pack and kind of like stay with the speed. And he's not a closer, so I don't know what's gonna happen with
He's not a
Renegade.
closer. He's not quick out the start. Then what is like? How does he have a high odds if he,
He's just
he's
like,
like lacking in everything you need to win the Derby?
yeah, I don't know. He kind of
And he
just
has
like,
the worst gate.
what is it? Pace setter. He's a pace setter. Kind
Mm.
of just chills, but
Yeah, but if you're, oh, never mind.
yeah.
Okay. Wait, so I don't know if you know, but do you know how they get their posts? Is it just
Just
random draw?
random draw.
That's so unlucky.
Yeah, that's what makes it even
Like you're
worse.
the favorite and you get the
Yeah.
worst post.
Even
That's
like
awful.
you'll take two, two is even though
Any,
two is literally right next to one.
anything but one.
Anything but one.
But it does make sense. You're right against the wall or the rail, whatever.
Yeah, it's a shorter distance to the corner. You want to be in these like outsides right here, I would say. So we got Renegade, Albus, Intrepido, Litmus Test, Right to Party, Commandment, Dannon, Bourbon. So happy. The Puma, which is supposedly co-owned or by Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, I think. Wonder Dean, Incredible, Chief Wallaby, Potente, Emerging Market, Pavlovian, Six Speed, Further Ado, Golden Tempo, Great White, Ocelli, Robust, Robusta, and Corona de Oro.
It's the gold crown right there. Um, so I'm guessing there's no 13 post, just superstition. Or what?
Maybe. Or they dropped out.
Two dropouts.
Maybe, yeah.
Um,
I'm going for my pick, I'm going Further Ado. John Velasquez, I think he's won like the most Kentucky Derbies. He's like an older guy in the jockey scene, a lot of experience. So I'm going with Further Ado.
well, I'm gonna see who the latest addition to the Kentucky Derby is. Oh, it was Robusta. So it would
Robusta.
be it would be a just
50
like
to on.
a
50 to
good
1 odds.
story. that'd be a good story, you know. You're like, oh, they weren't even gonna be in it. Someone dropped out.
Yeah, he was like
They,
in the other barn and then he gets moved to the fancy barn, you know.
yeah, all of a sudden he's eating the good food.
You got the good
He
carrots, you know.
he's getting all the ladies because they want to have
The babies.
good horse genes, yeah, for
Yeah.
their
Everyone in this
racing
field is
horses.
related to Secretariat. He's in everyone in the horse bloodline of Secretariat except one horse. I forgot which horse that
Mm,
is, but
so that guy's out.
yeah.
Um, I like to go off names
Yeah, what's your
and odds.
yeah. So happy. Probably
I'm gonna go with Incredible.
nice. Okay. That's a good pick.
27 to 1,
Yeah.
good payout, middle of the pack, like you said, as long as he doesn't fall behind at the start.
Yeah.
Um, he's got it.
Yeah. Bab Baffert has two horses in this one. Um he's been he was suspended from Kentucky Derby for 3 years. So yeah, that is the Kentucky Derby. Should be a great race, always fun. You know, this race is literally like 2 minutes, but it's like so exciting. It's like the best 2 minutes ever.
Yeah, everyone loves and it's like a whole event, you know, for all
Yeah.
the
There's like
people to
10
go out
races
there.
during the day, but the biggest one is the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah, it's just the what's it called? Just like the pedigree or whatever,
The
uh
magnitude,
like just the
prestigious.
tradition. Yeah, like it's just a well-known race,
Yeah.
and everyone likes to dress up, go out there, and
Yeah, with their hats.
be rich and spend all their money on a horse and get
Exactly.
drunk.
I heard that if you bet on the property, it's cash only. Insane.
Ooh.
Yeah. I don't know if that's like how true that is. I'm sure you could just bet on your phone, right? But like if you want
Yeah,
to make a
nowadays
bet
probably it's that
there,
easy.
cash only. So
Think it's on Underdog.
under
I haven't opened Underdog in a long
price
time.
picks.
I have a bunch of money on there still, I think. Oh, I'm logged out. Okay, cool.
Nice. Yeah, put
Uh,
some money down. But yeah, we have the Kentucky Derby, and we'll let everyone know how our horse does and that we chose.
I have to remember. Incredible.
Incredible. Further ado,
What time is the race again?
it's like 3 o'clock.
Okay.
It's like 2:30, 3 o'clock. I'm pretty sure. 22 hours.
Countdown began.
Um, next, no one wants to talk about the NBA playoffs.
Yeah, so we'll probably be going over it every week. Maybe not next week. We'll see because the games are going to be very early. But it's getting towards the end of the first round here, and like Patrick said earlier, only three teams or four teams to advance right now. Not as many as we would have thought from the beginning. It was looking like we were going to get the whole West already advanced by now. But the Lakers did drop two games back to back. They are winning by 20, pretty much 20 at this point. So it's looking like they're going to win that game and face the Thunder. But T-Wolves over the Nuggets without Anthony Edwards for 3 games, I think.
Yep.
So, um, a lot of drama going on over there with the Nuggets after they traded away Michael Porter Jr. for Cam Johnson, which Cam Johnson didn't have a bad series, but they just did not look like the same team. They were hoping he would bring more defense. Nuggets have probably one of the worst defenses in the league, or one of the worst defensive teams, at least in this playoff, also.
Yep.
Uh, Nikola Jokic up for an extension, and if he doesn't sign it, we'll see if he's on the trade market
Could get real interesting.
or yeah, that's the biggest drama I think that's going to happen this upcoming summer, upcoming free agency. If Nikola Jokic doesn't sign that extension, he's probably on the trade market and he's probably going to cost a lot to get him. And the Nuggets are probably going to want to trade him so he doesn't walk away for free.
Yeah,
Something we might also see with Giannis. So there's a couple of two big names coming up here this free agency. Um, but yeah, that's that. The T-Wolves and Spurs going up against each other, most likely without Anthony Edwards for round two with the hyperextension in his knee. I think they said it was like a 5 week, 3 to 5 week recovery time. So most likely will not play unless they um, give him every injection in the book to go out there and
does
risk
not
blowing and
feel the
risk his
way.
career.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Uh, but
Also with the Nuggets, they didn't play with Aaron Gordon and who was the other guy? They didn't play with like a couple uh key rotation guys towards the last two games of the series, but the Timberwolves also didn't have three guards in that last game.
yeah,
Jaden McDaniels went off for 31 points. So, and you got to give props to Rudy Gobert for shutting down Nikola Jokic, which, Rudy
yeah.
Gobert has
Back to
been,
back games, he
yeah,
he played amazing against Nikola Jokic, and he had 8 assists in the game, the previous game where they won the
yeah.
series. So
I
shout out to
mean,
Gobert.
shutting down Jokic is like not giving him like 30 and 20, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Jokic still had like a pretty good game for most players, but for his standards, it wasn't a crazy two games. So, um, looking forward
Yeah.
to it. And Timberwolves, Spurs. I think I still got Spurs.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting because, like you said, they have so many injuries. They lost DiVincenzo, Edwards, most likely for that series. Ao uh, Sunmu was out in the game winner or series winner with a ankle
Angle?
or knee injury, somewhere on the leg, uh, injury, hamstring maybe. And I mean they got Mike Conley as their point guard. They were out. Bones Highland was out also, I think. So it's gonna be a heavy carry for Naz Reid, Gobert, Conley, and McDaniels, who is uh mainly just a great defender, but he had a great two-way game um in the last game.
Yeah.
And then in the East, it's coming down to the wire. All
Wild.
these get 3 game 7s in the East. Pistons have made their comeback for down 3-1. The Raptors tie it 3-3 after today with RJ Barrett hitting the Tyrese Halliburton of last year. Just hit a not a buzzer beater, but a game-winning three with like 1 second left. It
Yeah.
bounced 10 feet in the air and it just went right
Even
through.
a vintage Kawhi Leonard corner against the 76ers. It
Yeah,
was like the
everyone went
same.
quiet when it bounced off the rim and then celebrated when it went in.
It's so cool.
Yeah, so it's fun. Yeah, it's always fun to see that kind of stuff. And then 76ers making a comeback down 3-0? Or no, 3-1, 3-1, 3-1
3-1.
also. Because they did win the second game, I believe. So
Yeah.
we have a 3-1 comeback and two 3-1 comebacks here. So we'll see what happens. I mean, the Celtics, if they blow it, I don't know if you've seen the tweet of like one of the Celtics fans who runs like a Celtics fan page or something. He was like, we need nicknames for Jason Tatum beating or owning the 76ers or something. He was throwing out uh Tadelphia. Like they're like he said he wanted to get something like for LeBronto when they were up 3-1. And now
Oh,
everyone is
jeez.
just clowning on this guy because right after he tweeted that, they lost the last couple of games.
Yeah.
Um, Tatum
Yeah.
hasn't played that well. I think he only had 2 points in the second half of the last game. So
Yeah. Joel Embiid has been dominating since coming back. He put up 31. Celtics don't really have a big man that can guard him on the block, so he's kind of just pass it to Embiid down in the post and then shoot it out to playoff P, VJ Edgecombe, and Tyrese Maxey. So I like the core group there for the 76ers as long as Embiid can stay healthy and the Celtics they live and die by the three. So if they're not making them and they're playing iso ball, it's not good. I don't think they're gonna win. So
Yeah, Derek White has been awful. Pritchard had a bad last game. Like I said, Tatum had a bad second half. Paul George has been playing really well. Tyrese Maxey has been the I would say the star, and then like you said, Embiid. So though I mean the 1-2 punch right there with it with Paul George as the third option, and he's playing well.
MVJ
We'll
had
see.
come.
Yeah, and then VJ Edgecombe, who's also played really well as a rookie. So we'll see how that goes. But I'm going 76ers because I want to see the upset. Raptors because I think they should have won the last two games. This series should already be over, but they've been playing really well, and I think they have a really good chance to beat the Cavs. They're a good matchup against the Cavs, and then I think the Pistons will beat the Magic. Um,
Yeah, it's
it
tough, man.
was
It's hard to watch the
tough.
Magic, man.
Yeah,
It's when
like
they're good, really good, Paulo's dropping 45, staying with Cade Cunningham, or he can drop like today. I don't know what he ended up with, but when I saw he was 0 for 7 from 3 and 2 of 17 from the field, or something
yeah, the
like that. Something
Magic.
crazy.
I think the Magic have one of the most talented teams in the East, and
People were projecting them to be in the championship this year.
they are just so inconsistent. It is tough because
Yeah,
they have so much potential. There's so much potential. I think they are still missing just that big man, Wendell Carter Jr.
yeah.
And Patas Day, I think, the backup.
Mhm.
Uh, not awful, but they're just not the level they need to take it over the top.
Yeah, it was tough for France. He didn't play not this last game, right? Or the game before that, where they
Yeah,
had a chance to close it out. So gotta get that guy back on the court because he's definitely a big piece. Another 20-point scorer. So yeah, should be interesting. A lot of game sevens in the first round, but that's usually not the case. So
yeah. These games are wrapping up the next 2 days, so second round will start on Tuesday, I believe. So um, we'll see how those games go. But
Monday, I
or
think
actually start Monday.
Wolves,
Yeah, the
Spurs.
Bulls. Yeah, Monday, and then Tuesday Thunder, Lakers most likely. So and
Oh, we
most
we
likely the
can't we can't forget the Knicks, who just was leading by 50 points at halftime. I think we
oh
gotta
yeah,
mention that.
yeah.
That was an insane
I
stat.
saw I saw a
Game.
classic Chris Paul cuts the lead to 40. So I saw it with Jalen Johnson. He hit a three to cut the lead to 45, I think it was. So
Yeah.
um yeah, I don't know what happened to the Hawks. They were staying in there. They're playing really well, and then crunch time they just I mean, they don't have it. They
They
don't have
don't
the guy yet. They don't have the guy yet.
no, they traded
You would
away
think
everyone.
Yeah, you would think Jalen Johnson would turn into the guy. He just didn't in this series, at least. Still a young guy, so we'll see if he ends up being their star guy.
Yeah.
Next, the NBA came out with a new lottery system that they're going to propose and have voted um,
People are
pretty soon.
confused.
Pretty soon, I think. Uh, yeah. So basically, how it goes is. Uh, the lottery is going to expand to 16 teams, which is going to include the seventh and eighth seeds that win the play-ins, but they'll just be the last two in the back of the lottery. Um, and so it'll be for the ball drops, the worst te or the best worst teams, the worst teams in the league will have two balls. So the
It's so
bottom three
confusing.
record teams. So like for example, Kings. Who are the worst teams? I'll just say
King,
three. Okay,
Wizards,
and
Jazz.
Jazz. Yeah, say the Kings, Wizards, and Jazz. They will each have two lottery balls in the system. The next fourth through 10th seed teams, who were the fourth and 10th through 10 worst, will have three. So they'll technically have a higher chance of getting a first overall pick than the three worst teams during that year. and then the two play-in teams that got or four play-in teams that got ninth and 10th for the East and West, they'll also have two. And then, like we said, the seventh and eighth seed ones will have one. So they'll have the lowest percent chance. So they have a 2%. The ninth and 10th have a 5%. And then the fourth through 10th is a sweet spot now, or would be the sweet spot if this got approved, with an 8% chance each to get the first. And then the three worst teams would have a 5% chance. So, um,
So bad.
yeah, but that's not all.
I still
Um,
think what everyone says, like, once the teams get eliminated from the playoffs, how many wins you get an extra ball. So if the Kings get eliminated with like 15 games left and then they win 10 games, they get 10 extra balls
or they get 10 total.
or 10 total or however, like you
I don't
for
know.
for the amount of wins you get after getting eliminated,
So they don't
you
just
better your
lose
chance. Yes.
completely.
Yeah. So at
Um,
least they're not like the Wizards are not substituting out their lineup for the fourth quarter.
yeah, I
Like
can see that. It's like the Jazz were doing the whole time, where they would be
and
up in the third, and then they take out
yeah.
Markkanen and
And the Jazz like
Jaren
told
Jackson.
Jaren Jackson to get surgery on his knee.
Yeah, like so they would. Yeah, I mean that's not the worst idea. I mean I can see how that would be like an attractive idea, for. But I mean it still wouldn't go away from the fact that a team would tank until they're eliminated and then decide to play. It's kind of
Yeah, it
weird
has to
there.
be like a certain point, maybe in the season
Yeah.
or
Um.
after the All-Star break or something. So
Yeah. But three worst teams, they can't fall under the 12th pick in this format. And then no team can win the number one overall pick in back-to-back years. So you can't get a 76er situation where they won it like 3 years in a row. Um, it's kind of like in baseball, or maybe not really, but no team can hold a top five pick in three consecutive drafts. That's kind of like the baseball where if you're in the top five lottery or top three in the lottery for like or have one of the worst records for like 3 years in a row, you can't get anything higher than the 10th pick, something like that.
yeah,
So, um, and then picks 12 through 15 can no longer be protected in trades. So you can't add the protection that teams usually like, lottery protected pick, top five protected. That can't be done after the 12th pick.
yeah.
Um,
We'll see. See how it
yeah,
goes.
I mean,
It may not
it's
even
gonna
get
be
approved as
no,
well.
yeah, it's gonna be voted
As an
on. I think this
idea.
month in
Yeah,
May, I
I
think.
think so. End of the
Pretty,
month.
yeah, pretty soon here. And they said it would be a 3-year trial period if it does get approved for 2027 to 2029. Um, so not this upcoming draft, but the next upcoming draft. Uh,
That's weird. They're
with
gonna if it does get approved and they only do it for 3 years and then they go to a different
like,
system, it's like, well, what's the point? And they
yeah,
can't really test it out in like another league, as well.
yeah,
You're kind of just stuck. You only get one draft. And you see how it goes.
yeah. It's interesting. I think baseball might honestly have the best one. But also baseball you can't trade picks. So, um,
And you get like 40 picks.
yeah, there's like 40 rounds.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna
I don't
trade
know.
a 39th and a 40th round for your 22nd
Well,
round.
obviously, I don't think people would do that. I mean, it would obviously be like the first three rounds or something.
Hey man,
But
you never know. I mean, in the NFL, they're trading seventh round picks for two threes or something. I don't know. I'm just making stuff up.
that would be crazy. Two thirds for a seventh.
You could do it though. I don't know why, but you can do
But
it.
yeah, that was some breaking news that kind of happened over the last few days, and a lot of controversy about it. But who knows if it'll even get approved? I don't know. It's a really interesting system and like kind of a confusing one to explain. But like when you look at it, you see what they mean. But
Yeah.
when you're
How
explaining
they,
it,
yeah, even how they
it
explained it, it was
it's
like,
hard to explain. Well, because they call it a relegation zone, and then they're now including the seventh and eighth team that are ranked. So like the Magic would technically have a chance to get the number one pick. Um, and like right now they don't. They're outside the lottery.
Yeah.
So it's like adding that stuff. I don't know. We'll see. But I think honestly, what would stop this from happening is the fact that like a team like the Magic can get the number one pick, or the team like Portland can get the number
Yeah.
one pick. So
2% chance, you're saying there's a chance.
last year, what did Dallas have? They had
And 2%
uh,
chance, and they
yeah.
got
So
it. The Warriors
let's
this
go.
year, 2% chance. Let's go.
There, hey, if there's a
Come
little
on.
chance, they'll take it. But we'll see. We'll obviously when that gets voted on, we'll talk about it probably. So
Yep. Give the Warriors a little bone, Struggle out here. I was a 1 week too early on the live golf situation. Uh, PIF pulled the funding for next year. So live golf has got to find another way, another company, another person, I don't know, but to fund the league entirely. Um, PIF just said that, they were gonna lose money on it for the next 5 to 10 years. So they just thought it was best to just pull the funding, which is crazy. This whole league was backing on one entity, and that entity is now pulling the plug. So, um, live golfers have already reached out to the PGA and other tours to see what they could do to get back. And it's going to be interesting to see where Bryson, John Rahm, Cam Smith, Terrell Hatton, where they all go, and if they even get an opportunity to go back to the PGA. So, still an ongoing thing that is just gonna be talked about for the next what 8 months till the end of the year. So
I think it's just that's just one of the hardest sport. Like golf is probably the hardest sport to try to start a league in because you don't have people buying into it. It's not
yeah.
like NFL, baseball, basketball, hockey, where you can have someone buy a team uh
Well, that's
to
what they were trying to do with the team format is that companies could like sponsor or buy team franchises, but no
yeah.
one's buying it. I mean, some teams had th 2 or 3 sponsors, but that was it.
Yeah, but like you said,
But it's
sponsors.
nothing
But
crazy.
our co sponsors are completely different than like an ownership. Obviously
Yeah.
you can make a good amount of money off the sponsors, but to keep a league running,
Yeah.
heck no,
Like an NBA team is worth like 6 billion, maybe
billions.
10
Yeah,
billion. I think the
I don't.
Vegas and Seattle franchise is going for like 10 billion.
Yeah,
So, that's how they make money. Just
if you don't have something like that going on for you, there's no chance it's gonna work.
and like the TV costs, media
Yeah,
rights, you can maybe Fox Sports, I think, is what you can find the live golf on. But first couple of years, it was the CW. Like no one's watching on the CW for sure, and
the
YouTube.
CW movies shows.
Yeah, so that was in the headlines this week. And then another story, we got Brandon Sorsby. He was the QB that got signed. Texas Tech. He got 5 million from Texas Tech. Was supposed to be one of the probably the best QB that was in the portal. And he turned himself in to because of gambling addiction. So he's getting help and rehab for gambling, which is
Sports
just
gambling.
insane. He supposedly when he was in at Indiana, he bet on Indiana to win, never to lose, to win all the games. And people were saying that was when Indiana was really bad, so why are you betting
Hey, that's when you know you
on
have an addiction.
Indiana? Yeah,
He was a little early. He was a little early.
4 years early.
He saw the vision, but it just a little
It
early.
just didn't click for him. So yeah, people are thinking that he's probably going to get banned from NCAA, and will have to give up his $5 million back to Texas Tech. So, you know, just don't gamble. I know it's
That's
very tempting, but just don't gamble.
Yeah. And he probably started, didn't realize, it was gonna be an addiction, but hey,
Couple bucks here and there.
yeah, addiction's a real thing, so good for him starting he's at least getting help because he could have just not done it and took that 5 mil and kept playing football, but he decided to get help. So shout out to Brendan Sorsby. Unfortunate for him that happened, but um hey, hopefully he gets better.
Yeah, but his football career most likely over.
Probably over, and but that's why it's crazy, like he's able to. That's how bad it probably was. So, um, and it probably was going to come out that he was betting on games.
Yeah.
So he took
He was
the
trying to get ahead, I have
yeah,
an addiction. I'm gonna go to rehab for it. I'm gonna be better when I get out. But
yeah. Well, hopefully he does actually get better.
yeah,
Anyway, what's
supposedly
yours?
he was 2 years at Cincinnati, and Cincinnati knew about the gambling at Indiana, but they never said anything. So
Hey, that's stuff like that. That goes on in the world, enabling, I guess.
yeah,
Technically, if you're not stopping it, you're enabling it. So,
yeah.
um, crazy though. 5 mil. Yeah,
Uh,
5 mil right
5 million, yeah. One of the highest NIL deals, probably behind Archie Manning. So, another thing that I saw or heard, um, people were making the argument, not argument, but comments that usually when people like who's a Giante Porter, he was betting on
Yeah, yeah,
himself. He was kind of like a two-way guy. He needed the money. This guy had the money and he was betting. So, um, I thought it was interesting that usually it's like someone low on the totem pole that's trying to make a quick buck, but this guy had all the money, or
yeah.
was gonna have all the money, and he was betting. So,
Yeah. And even like a guy like Terry Rozier who had like a $20 million contract,
yeah,
still betting on games. So
yeah,
it's crazy. It is crazy. Emmanuel Clase, one of the best closers in baseball, was betting on games.
yeah,
Um, I think, I mean, they always say that their reason is like maybe to help someone else in their family or something, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But still, it's not worth it, man. It's not worth it. Especially like you said, like even though Jonte Porter was a two-way guy. His brother was making $50 million a year.
yeah,
I don't think he came from a poor family. I think his dad also played in the NBA. So uh, sometimes you get into it with the wrong people, but sometimes it's addiction. Uh, but yeah, don't gamble if you can't handle it. Man, I don't know. I don't know. It's
yeah. Just
crazy.
don't
It's
gamble if
crazy.
you're like in a professional league. Like Jameson Williams got caught for betting in the Lions facility. When that's you,
Oh yeah, that one was
like,
crazy. Yeah.
like,
Like they had literally made a rule like you can gamble, just don't do it in the facility. And like the very next day, like three people were doing it in the facility, or
yeah.
like the next week or something.
And then
So
companies got him. Saw the location. Just that's also crazy that betting companies can see where you put the bet in or from the
hey, get it on
location.
the Wi-Fi,
Whew, Lions
you
one,
got to
two,
put the
three.
location to make sure you're in the right state.
You gotta put it in airplane mode. That yeah. I just see now Lakers have won, so they closed out the
Official,
series. It's official. Lakers are moving on to play the
one by
Thunder.
20.
I got Thunder in six.
I think it'll be fun. We'll see if Luka's rested and if he's not rusty. As long as he's not rusty, I think it could be a good series, like 6 games, like you said. Other than that, Thunder are just too tough, man. They are a tough team.
Got a
But
lot of pieces. Got a lot
but
of lockdown defenders. Jared McCain looking good too. So
but if Luke Kennard can play like he did the first couple games, Marcus Smart can hit some threes and play defense like he was doing, like hey, they could make it interesting. They could. I'm not gonna count them out, but it's gonna be really hard.
yeah, I don't think it's gonna be a sweep. I don't even think it's gonna be a gentleman's sweep. I think that's why I went with six.
Yeah. But Luca, Reeves, LeBron all healthy, it could be really fun. So that could be an exciting series.
Yeah,
I think it might be more exciting than the Spurs one.
yeah, I would say so.
Just just
If
Timberwolves have their
Ant-Man was
best.
scheduled to play, I think. I think both series would be great, but since Ant-Man may not, you know, we may not see him. We're
Yeah,
definitely not going to see him. So,
because the Timberwolves do have someone who is the closest you can get to a Wemby and Gobert. So,
and he's like
and he's not
four
even close
inches,
to.
4 inches shorter.
He's not even close to Wemby, but he's like the closest guy you can get to
Yeah.
someone who can guard Wemby.
At least
So,
he kind of knows the tendencies.
yeah,
They're both French, so both on the
yeah.
national team.
Former Defensive Player of the Year. He's not that bad at the perimeter. He just
Yeah.
did a good job against Jokic. So we'll see if he can handle it against Wemby.
Yeah. Anyways, that's episode number 78. Hopefully everyone enjoyed. Go follow, subscribe to the channel, and thank you to all new listeners.